good. My name is Rae. Introduce yourself, Rae.
I am RaeBanddzPOV, creative director, photographer, graphic designer, stylist, kind of some everything.
A little bit of everything, y'all. Speaking of everything, we are in the same studio that she's actually doing a shoot right now. She's taking a moment from her shoot while the model's changing, and we like switched up the whole space.
A quick intermission.
A quick intermission, like that's so freaking wonderful. So you said you were a photographer. How long have you been a photographer, Rae?
I started taking pictures about 5 years ago, but I wouldn't call myself a photographer no more than 3 years ago, so 3 years.
Do you feel like that's when you really like honed in on your craft?
Yeah, the first 2 years, I'm not gonna say I played around with it, but I definitely like played. So the first 2 years that I had a camera, I kind of like BS. I didn't take it serious for real. Like I missed out on a lot of opportunities, like a lot of growing opportunities. But once I started taking it serious, like okay, I'm kind of good at this. Like, people want to book me. I'm like, okay, I should. I started calling myself a photographer. So 3 years.
3 years, okay. So what made you even want to get into photography, like pick up that camera before when you were BSing for those 2 years?
I had a clothing line at first. So when I started making clothes, I wanted to do photo shoots. I just wanted to market my business well. But at the time, I didn't have the funds to like pay photographers. I had just moved out here, so like I didn't know a lot of people that would be able to like help me point me in the right direction. So I had a clothing line, and either photographers were sending me off, or it was just too much to pay for. So luckily, somebody saw what I was doing, and was just like, "I got a camera, use it." Like
you made the best out of the situation. Someone saw like the greatness in you. They saw what you could do, and they're like, "Let me go ahead."
Yes, absolutely.
Let me go ahead and do it. I was like, do you feel like, since that is the way that you get started, do you feel like you tend to like see the greatness in others? Are you like, are you a very community-oriented person?
I try to be. I was, and then I wasn't, and now I'm like opening back up to just being a part. Like I am a person, I can do things on my own, but stuff kind of turned out better when it's a community, when it's other people involved. Type of thing.
Group activity, group work, teamwork makes the dream work. That's what they say. So you said that you moved down here a few years ago. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Chicago.
I don't know. I've not heard so many good things about Chicago, but I like you.
Okay. I'll take that one.
Okay.
But Chicago is for us. Chicago is. Well, I could be giving you advice. I love Chicago. It's home. Like there's literally no place like home. But aside from the stuff that you want here, Chicago is a good place.
Do you feel like Houston compares to Chicago as far as like the atmosphere?
No.
And it's like in a good way or bad way?
Both. So like, now that I'm back in Chicago, I'm there with a different perspective on life, on business, on my interactions with people, on just my purpose. So it's like I'm starting to feel like, okay, there's a little Houston. They got a little Houston vibe to this. Like I could do this. But like in the sense of, for me, Chicago is kind of changing, and like the togetherness. Like I know a lot of people that's tired of like the crab and the barrel type of thing. Like after everything is kind of like you on your own with it.
It can be like that out here too. I will say.
But not. I mean, for me, when I got to Houston, that's when I learned like people actually help other people. Like,
we do have a good creative.
That was the culture shock for me. Like coming here, and it was just like, no, people actually like want to work with you. People actually care. Like people want to like be involved. They don't, even if they not getting nothing from it. Like they just you doing something is like enough for them that they don't want to help. So I fuck with that.
I will say that about a good Houstonian. Maybe it's why we like make such good artists. Like once we see that goodness, we don't lift you up. We love our people.
Yeah.
So as far as like creatively, because I know you said there's more community here than there is in Chicago. Do you think that you would be as far as you are, or you would have made as much progress if you would have like stayed in Chicago versus moving? Because I know a lot of creatives, a lot of artists, and just everyday people tend to not want to like move. They're like scared. Were you nervous when you moved from Chicago to here?
I was nervous as far as like not being with my family.
Okay.
But anything else, I was ready for it. Like, literally, like, because since I was younger, like my thing always being like, the moment that I get a chance to get out of Chicago, like I'm taking it. I'm not coming back. Like, I'm leaving. So I graduated high school and I went away to college at Alabama State and ended up getting kicked out. So I had to go back home to Chicago and I was like devastated, like depressed. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do here because I don't want to be here. And I took a birthday trip to Houston and stayed a week. One of my older brothers had moved out here maybe like 6 months before I did. So when it was like time to celebrate my birthday, I'm like, damn, where am I gonna go? And I'm like, come to Houston. Like,
It's a party city?
it's a party city, it's food. I know a couple of people here already, so why not? And I came for a week and was just like, yeah.
This is fun.
This is where I want to be. I didn't know how I was gonna get back to Houston, like living there, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I want to move back to Houston. Like, I loved it. And maybe like 3 months after that, I packed up everything.
I love that. That's so quick. You said I came first and I knew this is
No.
where I wanted to be.
I stayed the summer in Chicago and I was not happy. Like my week here versus the couple of months that I had spent in Chicago before I moved, it was just like, I'm ready to get the fuck up.
I mean, when you know, you know. We're glad to have you here. We always like a I was like, she didn't do the podcast without this. So we love that. We love that.
But going back to what you originally asked, I think if I would have stayed in Chicago, I honestly don't know what I would be doing.
No.
Like as far as like my personal life or like business. Cause I didn't get business savvy or like think about having a business for real until I moved to Houston.
Okay.
And that Houston opened my eyes to like, you really could be anything you want to be.
Absolutely. I was like, what is it? What's our believe?
Literally, it's on like
It's on the sign. I was like,
it's somewhere when you drive it. It's
I should know better because I'm from here, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, we believe in it. I was like, so where do you want to take your brand? Because like you have a fashion brand. Are you still actively working on that brand?
At the moment, I've taken a step back from it just to focus more on creative directing, but I keep designing and creative, you know, like that fashion world in my back pocket. Like, if I want to start a line right now, I could make a phone call, get it going. But where do I see me taking my business? I want to be local in a lot of places. I feel like that's the key to like scaling up. Cause I can be known in Houston, but like Houston is just Houston. It's Atlanta, it's Chicago, it's Philly, it's New York, it's Cali, like it's so many other places that you can like uproot yourself and be local at. But where do I see my business going? At some point, I want to have a full-blown multimedia company where it's just like a one-stop shop for everything that an artist or a business would need to scale up, you feel me, to grow, to be able to like come to a space, kind of like what we are today, where you'll be able to come and be able to get a podcast, be able to get a photo shoot, be able to get stuff designed, your clothes made in here, or just connect, just being a bridge to different avenues.
Like a incubator of it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I love that. I love that sentiment. That's so giving. You seem like you have a very giving spirit, a very giving heart.
I do.
Is there, speaking of giving, I was like, is there any advice that you would give to anyone or any things that you feel like you wish you would known, like on your creative journey or before you started your creative journey?
I would have, advice that I would give is to don't procrastinate on your ideas. Like, once you get an idea, you don't have to perfect it before you do it. Because a lot of the time, a lot of the stuff that I do even now, and I've been doing certain things for years, a lot of the stuff I'm still learning as I go. Anytime that I've like sat like, oh no, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to put this out because I'm not ready, you feel like the idea never be brought to life, or I keep prolonging it because it's like, oh well, this didn't happen, so I'm not going to do this. But anytime I've just thought of something and like said or like spoken to a friend or a colleague or something, like, oh, I think I want to do this, it happened.
Okay, so you feel like it's more so like letting go of that perfectionism. It's like just do it.
Just do it. Because you will get a lot of genuine people, in my opinion. I got a lot of genuine people by just not being scared to just start something. Like, even if it's like when we were just talking earlier, I'm like, I kind of want to come out here in July and have like a whole week just literally like the idea. I'm like, I don't do that. And I'm just say it so it can start happening.
When you say it, I was like, speaking it into existence,
Literally.
it is manifesting. Your words are powerful.
Even if you just say it out loud to yourself in the mirror or to somebody or whatever. Just say it out loud and it's damn.
It makes it real. It really does. Once you actually say it make it into like a real tangible.
It's a real thing. I said it, right? So and for me, it's like once I say it, I kind of got to do it.
Now I know, I was like, if you are a photographer, you are a creative director. We know in this industry, they tend to prominently be male. So do you feel like, or have you had any experiences like, in the industry as far as like being a woman that you feel like would have been different or perceived differently if you were a man, or anything that might have gone differently?
Yes. In a good way and a bad way. Like I've had some bad encounters where it's like, if I was a dude, that wouldn't have happened how it was, so you wouldn't have talked to me how you did or addressed me how you did. Like it would have went smooth if I was a guy. But in the sense of like things still being good, it's just like everything could use a woman's touch.
I agree.
Like I've worked on set where it's male photographers, male creative directors, male designers, and then it's like 2 female models. And in total, it's only us 3 females in the room, and it's like the guys do their thing, but a woman just kind of like, nah, you need to put your arm up like this, or you do this, you turn like that, or no, just everything just need a woman's touch. So I feel like my experiences like in male dominant industries, it's pretty balanced. But for me, it's been more good than it is bad. Because a lot of guys will see like, damn, like, I fuck with you because I don't see a lot of women want to like be a part of this, want to do stuff like this. So it's like, they kind of take you when they want.
It's like a respect thing. Yeah. I get it.
Definitely
like a respect thing. Now also too, as a female photographer, like as a mom and whatnot, and being like, shot by female photographers versus like male photographers, do you think that it's a true thing that women shooting women looks different than men shooting men?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because like I said, everything just could use a woman's touch.
Yeah.
Like, perspective is everything to me. Like, that's kind of why POV is a part of my name, point of view. Because it's like, we could, okay, perfect example.
Thank you for listening.
I had a client that wanted to do like it wasn't nude, but it was very like promiscuous, like damn near no top on, but like bottoms on, heels, you feel me? But that's the idea that she was going for. Like the mood board that she sent, everything was very classy, you feel me? And I saw it like, okay, I see what you're trying to highlight, like you feel me? You're proud of your body, you lost a little weight, like you trying to embrace that. When the male photographer had shot hers, it just looked like
a nice ass over there.
Literally, like,
yeah.
You kind of highlight the wrong things. Like, that's not the look that we're going for. It just comes across differently when males do things versus when females do.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, I like modeling. Shooting with female photographers versus shooting with male photographers, it can be different. And that's not saying that all male photographers are bad.
I know some super raw, organic male photographers on point. I work with a lot of them in Chicago. Some of the best people I work with.
Absolutely, but the woman's touch is a little different. Yeah. Now, speaking of Rae's point of view, what is your point of view? Like, what do you want people to think of when they think of your brand linked for you?
Okay, that's a good question, and I'm gonna give you an answer off the top of my head before I start thinking too deep into it. Out back, I want things to just be like different. Like I kind of, in our industry, it's a lot of people that do what we do, but I want you to be able to look at my work, you feel me, and be like, oh, I know that's her. I know that's her writing. I know that's her style of picture. I know that's her editing. I know this is like that's right.
You want to create like that unique touch.
Exactly.
Where it's like the same way that they're like, oh, I know Beyonce did this. I know Rae did this.
Exactly. Exactly. Just like that.
So I love that. Well, I wish I had more questions. I was like, it's just so much information. I was like, so much information. I was like, I kind of want to have you on here again.
I'm always interested to come back. I always have things to say. Honestly, this is like my first podcast.
Your first podcast, I'm honored. Oh my god. You know what's crazy is that the guests that I have had, because I've had 4 so far, it usually has been everyone's first podcast. So I'm not mad at it. I was like, I like that y'all are letting me usher y'all into the podcast world and whatever. So to wrap
it up, that's a good introduction from somebody this is my first podcast, like the whole setup, how you came with your whole kit, everything. Like,
I like your hair,
I
y'all.
like this.
It's the Virgo moon.
Virgo.
Yes, the Virgo
Okay.
moon. Where are you big for?
Aries, Cancer.
Oh my god.
Yep.
You know what? Let me hush, because that's actually a really good victory. I was like, it's a lot of fire in there. I was like, you get
It's a lot of fire, but the cancer balances it out.
I was like,
fire
cancer keeps you from murdering people.
Absolutely. The fire, it definitely takes over, but the cancer, it kind of just like balance things out. It gets me real like emotional. Yeah, just
put it out a little bit.
Just simmer down a tad bit.
No, I love my Aries though. I love my Aries, love my Libra, but I love everybody. So
okay. I'm meeting a lot of Libras, and I like y'all.
We're great. Cool. Libra like that though.
I like y'all.
But to wrap us up. If there is any advice that you could give, like, because I know you've already given advice, but like just that one key bit, because at least for me, I know that there are a few things that I'm like, if I would have never learned this, I would have never gotten better. If there was like any key bit for someone who may be living, somewhere else, they may feel like, stuck and out, down and out, that there isn't really maybe a future for them in creativity, because it can be really hard, especially as a woman, especially trying to get paid to do this, making this our career.
Yeah.
Like, what hope can you give them?
Honestly, just understand that it's a whole world. So like, what you may be like going through right now, like that don't mean nothing in a couple of months, like really like next week.
Yeah.
But like, just be confident with yourself, like trust your own vision. Because let's say like, I know when I started, I missed out on a lot of opportunities by just not believing in myself when it was literally a room full of people that did. I was the only one that just didn't believe in myself. But it's just like, honestly, whatever you could think of, whatever you thinking of in your head, it can get done. You just gotta do it.
See, you can believe it.
Literally, if you could like vision that in your head, picture it in your head, you could do it.
I visualized this podcast for years.
Literally.
Years. And look at us now.
Even just, I got in full-time creative director in the beginning of this year. That was one of like my New Year's resolution. Like, nah, I'm gonna be a creative director this year.
Yeah, I was like, you doing the damn thing. I'm watching her do it, y'all.
Like,
She's doing an amazing job.
Literally, but it's just like, just believe in yourself. Like, even if the people around you don't believe in you, whatever they do, like, you just gotta believe in yourself. Like, that's the number one thing.
You gotta believe in yourself. That's a wisdom. That's a drop of wisdom right there.
Literally.
I was like, if everybody else hates you, if you believe in yourself, you good. Look at Kanye.
Literally.
Like, I was like, let's look at Kanye.
Even on like some on a smaller scale, like, if you don't think your outfit raw as hell, ain't nobody gonna think your outfit raw as hell. It don't matter if your outfit ugly.
Yeah.
If you don't think it's raw,
You could be out here walking around in like stockings and random things, but it's the confidence.
It's the confidence.
Like, if you put that shit on, even if it don't match, the toes not done, the hair not done, it's the confidence.
If you wear it, just
it's
easy. People don't accept that.
Yeah, it's about showing up authentically. That's one thing that I definitely learned. I was like, once you like start showing up authentically in rooms, regardless of like what's going on, you will attract the right people.
Literally,
Really
and that's kind of what I'm learning now. Like, I was never trying to be nobody else, but it was always like the thought of like, damn, who do I want to be? Like, what type of person do I want to be for real? And then one day I'm just like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm me.
Yeah. Like
awkward, quirky, weird, however you want to put it, like that's me, and you just gotta own it.
You take it or leave it. I was like, the right people. I was like, if people don't want to be around you for being yourself, those are not the right people to be around.
Exactly.
It was so wonderful having you on the podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna let her get back to being a creative director, y'all. I was like, I'm gonna try to put like a little snippet in here of like the behind the scenes and all that, but yeah. Okay. This has been another episode of The Art of Her Say. Make sure that you stream us on Spotify. You can find us under The Art of Her Say on Instagram, Twitter, and pretty